Hi guys, we are here and I can see 56 people already waiting for Poornima Shivaram, who is the CEO of Mojarto. Um, can we see some thumbs up for us because after few technical glitches we are able to come back. I can see now the thumbs up flowing. Thank you so much. Let me introduce Purnima to you. Purnima Shivaram. She's an artist, educator, curator. She holds a bachelor and master degree in fine arts from Stella Maris College, Chennai. Well versed in visual and graphic arts, she has 14 years of experience as an accomplished art teacher in Abu Dhabi, UAE, in the Indian and American system of education. She works at the Art House Gallery, Chennai, in the capacity of gallery manager and curator. And so, best, she has successfully represented the gallery in lots of fairs, nationally and internationally. But the best part is she is currently the CEO of Mojarto, the largest online art platform in this country. I should not take more time, and let the work do talking. And Purnima is with us today for the art therapy, and she is going to show us something about Zentangles. We in fact did a very good Facebook Live a few months back during the peak of pandemic, and it was a success, big success, I would say. So Purnima, over to you. I'll give the stage to you, and your audience is waiting. Can't wait to hear you.
Thank you, Payal. Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction. Thank you. And yes, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this session. We are going to be talking about how art lends itself as therapy for anyone who wants to take it. So, art as therapy has widely been practiced both formally uh, in a very therapeutic context, and informally also for anyone who just feels good doing art, or sitting by themselves and uh, spending some time with art. So when we talk of art as therapy, there are two ways of looking at it. Art therapy, like I said, formally, where it's more about um, a serious kind of a therapy, like any other therapy. When we look at it as an informally, it's just a stress reliever. You can sit by yourself, and there are multiple ways of, I mean, different types of arts that you can do if you're looking at de-stressing yourself. So things like painting, drawing, even sculpting, collage making, any of these. And yes, you don't have to be an artist. Like the moment we say art therapy to people, everybody thinks that, oh, I don't know how to draw. I can't even draw a straight line, and those kind of things. But yes, it's not about knowing art or being an artist to enjoy the benefits of art therapy. So anyone can practice a little bit of coloring or a little bit of drawing, and anything that can calm you down, anything that can allow you to focus, and eventually you will realize that this focus is actually taking you into a form of meditation. It's more about mindfulness and how art becomes mindfulness, and mindfulness in other words is nothing but meditation. So when you spend a little time doing anything with art, it kind of focuses, it brings all your focus into one place, and that's absolute meditation. So coming to this topic of Zentangles. So all of you many of you may have heard the term Zentangles, and it came about. It's a simple drawing kind of a technique, no fuss, very simple, very easy, does not expect anything out of you. That's the best part about Zentangles. And you don't have to worry about the end result. It takes you so beautifully in the process of the work that you actually forget. And in the end, you realize that, the work that comes out in the end it will totally surprise you. You feel like, oh wow, is this what I did? So that's something very special about Zentangles. So I'm just wanting, if you have a small piece of paper and a pen with you, all those who are watching, you can just grab a piece of paper and pen, and shortly I'll show you a small little Zentangle that all of you can do at the comfort of your desk, wherever you are right now. So that's the whole, what can we say, the advantage of doing Zentangles. So Zentangles is basically done on a small tile, say about 3 to 3.5 inches, and on that tile we just create certain patterns. Of course, there are steps to the patterns. Zentangles, there are simple ones going to medium difficulty and very, very intricate. I shouldn't say difficult, very intricate. They begin to look extremely intricate as you proceed. And from where you started and to what you look at the end result are totally different, and it takes you by surprise. Now, Zentangles came up in America it was invented by a monk by name Rick Roberts and an artist, Maria Thomas. So it was designed for a simple drawing and keeping meditation in mind, and how you kind of travel through the lines that you are creating. So I'm just going to show you a small Zentangle, and I wish all of you can also participate. It's very simple. You don't have to stress about the Zentangles. Just any piece of paper that you have by your side, a pencil, a pen, preferably a pen, and I will tell you why it's a pen in a little while. Why Zentangles encourages using pen. We will talk a little more on that. I'm just going to grab my... I'm just going to shift it. I hope this is clear. Payal, is this...
Yes, Purnima, very much.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is fine.
So you just need a simple paper. You can use any paper. You can use even little tiles. I'm going to show you some Zentangle that I already have with me. So this is one of it. This is another one. They look extremely complicated, right? We don't know where we started. Take a look at this one. Now I will show you what you need. You just need just a normal pen. I'm using a simple microtip pen. Just any pen that you have, any color. Usually it's black and white, but you could even use... I'm just going to draw my 3.5. You don't have to be very specific. You can just make a box. If you do not have a scale by your side, don't stress. Just get a square box. Why these are done in these little squares is that usually a Zentangle takes you about 15 minutes, and this is like 15 minutes of meditation for you. Does not require any skill. It caters to all age groups, children, adults, anyone. So if you can just see the... Is the square visible? I can't see it on my screen.
It's very light, but yeah, it's visible.
It's visible. Okay.
With the pen, I'm sure it will be visible because it's darker.
All right. Okay, so there we go. So the square is basically, if you're having a tile, of course, you don't need a square. It's just by itself. Okay, we just need to create a string. These are called strings. I'm just placing 4 dots to the corners, anywhere. And I'm just connecting these strings. You can see that I'm not being conscious of my lines. They could go however.
I think they're looking more artistic this way.
So there you go. So I've just created a string. They could wave however. I mean, it's just take a string. It's got nothing to do with being artistic or drawing. So just take a string. I'm just going to be doing a few semicircles. Again, these can jump to however high or however low, however wide. I've just made a semicircle there. Okay. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go over these semicircles one by one, attend to all of them. Again, I'm not worried about if my lines are not perfect. Lines need not be perfect. You need not be conscious. So, in a way, this reflects everything about life. You can hit at another line. You can have fat lines, thin lines, crooked lines, and some good lines also. Just follow where your line takes you and keep moving. So all I'm doing is just jumping over my previous line. You can jump as close as you feel like or as wide as you feel like. So I will tell you why pen is used for Zentangles. It's only that Zentangles does not believe in mistakes. There are no mistakes. Every line becomes part of your design. So this way, it's even more that you don't have to worry about whether you're creating a perfect piece of artwork. It's not about creating artwork here. It's about giving yourself that 15 minutes of meditation. When I do these with my students, when we begin, there's quite a bit of is this okay? Is this correct? Are these lines correct? Am I doing it right? And then once like they have settled in and they are into it, there's almost perfect silence in the room when I see them work. At one point, there will be absolute silence. Just need to just going over these also. And here you don't have to match anybody's speed. It's just you and your pen. Just going to shape these little ones here. You can use any other pen. Also, you can use a thicker marker if you feel like. There are different kinds of patterns when it comes to Zentangles. These, what I've shown you today, is more of the organic kind. There are also Zentangles which are more on the geometric pattern kind, where you will be zapped by the geometry that it creates, without any math in it. So this. I think this pen is running out of ink. Just need to fill these at the corners. I mean, it's up to you how you would want to. So, like it says, this is just a pattern creating what you say step by step of how you should go about the pattern. Because the end result looks very, very different. You would have not even imagined that it would create something like a 3D pattern that we see here now. So this is something that you wouldn't have expected when we start off the Zentangle. So that's the whole beauty about Zentangle, that it's something that comes up. You don't expect the end result will totally zap you and you feel extremely good about it. Now these patterns that we make, I'll show you a few other patterns that are there, since we don't have much time for a. So there you are. These are more Zentangles. So you can see there are some which are geometric, and this is similar. This is the same one that we've done today, just that here my semicircles have jumped more, and here it's less. So you can see these are all on the geometric kind, though they look like totally intricate and it seems like this is not my cup of tea, but no, it is everybody's cup of tea. It's very simple, just requires a few steps for you to follow. And Zentangles don't restrict themselves to just square. Though these are patterns that we use to learn how the steps go in each of these Zentangles, but they can be done over forms as in any flora, any fauna, anything, landscapes. I will just show you a few also. So these are some more of those Zentangles which follow simple steps. You can see that this looks so very intricate, but when we have time, some other time, I will show you. Also, this braided one looks totally mind-boggling, but so these are what I say when we say we can do it over the forms. It's this one. You can see that this is an owl. This is done by one of my students. I'm just showing you my student work. So how you can actually fill the forms with the Zentangles that you learn. You can just create those patterns. Also, something like this, you want to add on, and so Zentangles can fill itself into. These are more on the modern side, in the sense that now they are coming up. People use Zentangles on everything. You can do in any kind of a form rather than just tiles. But these are also very interesting when you do one tile a day, and end of the month you have like 30 beautiful tiles which you can actually collage for yourself. And this is how it would be if it is over a landscape or something like this. Again, another student's work. So that's how it is.
Purnima, we have a question here.
Yes.
There is Nilima Agarwal who is asking, how is this different than doodling?
How is this different from doodling? Yes. Doodling in the sense that doodle has, when you look at Zentangles, they follow certain steps, I would say. Doodling allows you free movement. When we say doodle anything, you can just about go anywhere in your page and kind of create a form, and that's doodling. But when it comes to Zentangles, like you saw, to create this, you have to follow the initial steps that we did, and in that way, it kind of builds over and creates so that's the basic difference between Zentangles and doodles.
There is Aditi Ajmera who is asking, please let us know how can we contact you.
Well, yeah, you can just write to me.
Purnima, that
Yes.
you can also grab a table at the lounge and maybe people can
Sure.
wait for you to discuss. They have.
Yes, definitely.
There is Ashutosh Tripathi who is asking, is it useful for children with special needs?
Absolutely for children, it works very, very well. Yes, children with special needs also, but probably for children with special needs, it will depend on in which stage they are in and how much of instructions they are able to take. Some can, some may not, but then the initial introduction for children, they kind of, especially for special needs, they kind of move on and create their own. Of course, we need not stop that, whatever is happening. They may not be doing pure Zentangles, but yes, it may be an introduction for them to move on and create something more.
There is, Ashutosh is saying, thank you very much. There is Goel who is saying, lovely Purnima, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
And then there are times.
Zentangles is something very, very, very easy. I mean, if any of you did try, though this was very quick, it didn't take us 15 minutes to finish that. But yes, if you have, do share it and love to see it.
Okay, people are asking, do we need special pens for these, or we can?
No. Just any pen that's lying in your desk. Don't even worry about it being blue or black or red, green, whatever you have. The only reason we don't use pencil, in the sense that they don't suggest pencil, is just that you are too tempted to erase when it's a pencil. And we don't want that break when you are actually meditating. You don't want anything to bother you. So there is nothing like a mistake when it comes to Zentangles.
Is there any age limit, Purnima, who can do it? Like there is there is a.
Not at all. 7 upwards. Anybody who can kind of understand, to probably hold a pen and get going. Yeah, 7 years and above, anyone.
There's Gunjan who is saying, thank you, Purnima. Good therapy for stressing.
Yes, absolutely.
So maybe we can all take the, de-stressing tour with class with Purnima. Guys, we have a few minutes. If you have any questions, please let us know. We would love to, Purnima would love to answer. Aditi, thank you so much. Okay. Is there anything else which is, can we use the color pencil also? People are asking.
Color pencils can be used, yes, can be used. But of course, that would require you to apply a little more pressure because of the fact that it's a color pencil. Pen is something that gives you instant, you don't have to apply much pressure into it.
There was, yeah, yesterday when, Shantanu was doing the session, people were asking that, how things are different. Like, and even Siddhant's session also, there was how mandala art and Zentangles are different.
Yes,
How are they different from each other?
Mand- mandala art. So mandalas are basically we are looking at a circle. We kind of start from the circle, from a center point in a circle, and you kind of radiate out. So mandala also has set patterns, but mandala allows you to create your own patterns. Also, it's just about filling the space. There also a bit of geometry is involved. That the spokes, sorry, of the circle, the lines that it creates kind of separates the space for you, and you create patterns inside. But Zentangles has a very simple procedure or steps that you need to follow, and it's like getting tangled. So
There is the same question you have just answered, but do they serve the same purpose of stress relief, mandala and Zentangles?
absolutely, absolutely. Anything to do with art is a stress reliever. Whether you want to do a doodle or you want to do a zentangle or anything, the choice is yours. But I'm saying there are multiple ways to take up art and give you that few moments of peace.
There is a question, you showed us the simplest form of Zentangles, but how can you grow up to do the technical in the sense like more complicated, more complex patterns? How do you, class up to that?
Well, it's just about practice, how much you can take, because you don't want the intricacies to, stress you.
Yeah.
So it's better to go slowly and do something that's easy and simple, and then eventually you will explore by yourself. So that will come with practice.
So slow and
You will, yes,
yeah.
you will want to explore, right? I mean, after this, I would want to try something else because now I know that I can do this. Then I would want to just try something else.
So slow and steady is the mantra which Purnima is giving us. And is there anything, Purnima, you would like to, any end notes you want to end the session with?
Well, I would just like to tell everybody that they should take up some kind of an art. Everybody is an artist. If you know to write, like handwriting is unique, art is the same way. Everybody can draw. Everybody is an artist. So don't shy away from trying something. It's unique, it's yours. So definitely try.
And the people like me who cannot draw will go to Purnima to learn techniques.
Yes, of course. Most welcome.
Thank you so much everyone for
Thanks.
coming to this session. I'm sure that we will be able to gain a lot of knowledge and de-stressing therapy from this session. And our next session will start now a little later. But we have some really good documentaries which we can show you around 12 o'clock. There is a really nice documentary on theatre show called Talatum, which was done under Serendipity Festival. We had covered when it was in its first year. It is also based on the how the circus and theatre can mix. So you will love it. This has some really beautiful visuals. Please enjoy and see you all at 12. And after that, the session starts. There are very important sessions today. We have a really, powerhouse in the house today on the stage. There is an art and photography session. There is Aditya Arya, Samar Joda, Bhavna Thakkar, she's a gallerist from Gallery Latitude 28. There is Prabir, Akash Gupta, Dinesh Khanna. So it's a powerhouse. There are six very, very senior photographers who are going to talk about art and photography. Please join us at 3 o'clock and keep looking at the schedule. We have Juan, who is a very dear friend also from Spain, who is going to tell you how we can convert trash into a treasure. So stay tuned and see you soon at 12 with a very good documentary at 12 and keep following us. Instagram for more updates. On Mojarto is our Insta handle. Keep looking at us. Thank you, Purnima. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Payal. Thank you so much.
Bye.